Hello everybody, this is Viel and I am back with another video for you guys today. And today's video is gonna be a book that, well, not really a book, it is gonna be a sort of a discussion response video to what's her name? RGsDevilship, who has a video that I discovered while perusing upon YouTube, which is why I don't like YA. And I thoroughly respect her views and feel that they're all valid viewpoints and towards the argument why somebody would not want to read young adult books. And yeah, this is a response, sort of a PSA into, you know, sort of the style of Lorraine Bautista's wonderful video about writing in books. And this is sort of a PSA on, and a defense of why I like reading YA novels. And now I'm gonna step down from my high horse and tell you guys why do I like... Whoa, that was crazy. Okay, let's move the stool over. Ta-da! Alright guys, so let me compose myself in a debate arguing like mode. Alright. Oh, my phone just started ringing. Okay. So, reason why I personally myself like reading young adult novels. Okay. A little bit of a confession. I actually have a copy of this. Yes, the Twilight book. Ah, yes, that is a scream of every other cool people that I knew. Yeah, guys, I do own a copy of this, and I want to admit that I did read it. There you go. That's a dirty little secret that you guys know about me. Yeah, I read Twilight. I got dragged into the movie and it was a comedy to me because Edward is not really the kind of guy, even if he's a vampire, that I thought was so swoony, so sparkly. But I thought the whole movie that he just looks like a guy who's constipated and needs to go walk over to the toilet in the forest. But yeah, I read the book and it's not that bad. Decent enough. But yeah, a lot of people who dislike YA, and I'm not saying these are all like, you know, my answer to all of the viewpoints that she had posted on her video. It's just, her video was just a springboard for me to think about it and brainstorm about what I love about YA. So yeah, most of the people, they don't like YA because when they think YA, they think Twilight, you know, books. But for me, YA books are a form of escapism, a fictional, you know, world that you can just be so lost in and so, you know, detached from your normal day-to-day life. And for me, that is a beautiful, wonderful thing to have. And I think that's partly why we actually read books, because you know what? You know, at least for me, I read books so that I can, you know, just... Oh my god, my hair's crazy, I can't talk. Okay. I think that YA, or books in general, are, you know, your instrument into bettering knowledge, but also to escaping to a world that is totally different from your viewpoints and what you experience in your daily life. And I think that's the beauty and the magic of reading books and being someone who loves reading books. The thing about YA, yeah, there's like dredge, like the Twilight. Okay, and I'm not gonna judge you if you like Twilight, and like I said, I've read it, it's okay. But you know, the assumption that people say that young adult books are, you know, poorly written, cliche, you know, romantic tropes, mushy. Hey, probably that all of that describes Anna and the French Kiss, but it's a very cute, wonderfully written book. It's adorable. And you know, let's say, you know, people like John Green who write, you know, An Abundance of Catherines, Paper Towns, Fault in Our Stars, well written, amazing, amazing books that would change your life and change your perspective of not just how you view teenagers and their struggles in life, but how your struggles in life affect, you know, the rest of your life, pretty much. And I feel that young adult books are the kind of books that, you know, give you that insight to that time in your life that, you know, now you have a more mature eye to see. And I think they give you that viewpoint and that vehicle to actually express yourself and emotionally delve into that. I want to admit though, when I was a teenager, 14 to 17, 18 years old, when most people actually go and read YA, is that I did not like them. I didn't, you know, I stayed away from them because I thought I was more mature and I was, you know, mature enough and I was smarter enough to not read it and read books, you know, like Shakespeare, or, you know, like more important books like Bronte, or, you know, The Great Gatsby, or The Awakening by Kate Chopin, or like, you know, the great American novels, or just, you know, more important literary pursuits. And when I reached my mid-20s, I thought, hey, there are YA books that are just insanely enjoyable and well written and have amazing themes and plot lines, and that they're actually books that can actually, you know, change your viewpoint and your worldview. And we should not put books in one neat little box that says, you know, I don't want to read young adult because they're mushy and, you know, plots are convoluted. And I think that is a disservice to any book for us to be, you know, as readers, to put them in a single box of categories. Like, any book serves as, you know, an educational experience and teaches you in some way. It might not be on your intellect, in your, you know, words and smart, you know, intellectual words, but it also speaks to your emotion and your emotional quota, like how you deal with other people. You learn that, you know, not just from young adult books, but also any other book that you read, maybe even a school textbook that you have for school. So another point that I want to say why I love reading YA is that they are just, you know, there's some of them that are really just engaging, and it makes you actually think about, you know, circumstances that you otherwise might have not experienced as a teenager or a young adult. And I think that's okay. Like, you know, I think books should not, you know, just be, you know, something that is literary, and like I said, and would, you know, I'm probably rambling here now in my soapbox, but, you know, it should not just, you know, be a betterment of your vocabulary. It should also be enjoyable and as a form of entertainment. Like, it, you know, a good book, regardless of whether it's young adult or an adult book, should not deter from that fact. Case in point, I actually read 50 Shades of Grey by E.L. James or whatever. Horrible book. Read it, smutty, enjoyable, but plotline is shit. It's bad. Writing is horrible. You know, you lose brain cells while you're reading it. But why is it so popular? Because people, not just, you know, deprived housewives or whatever, you know, buy these books, you know, for sexual, you know, pursuits or whatever, but it is a book that, you know, is enjoyable. And it doesn't mean that you relate to these people or whatever crazy sex stuff that they do, but, you know, that should not be a reflection of adult books or erotic books, because there's a lot of erotic classics that are good to read. That should not just be a deterring factor and say that we should not discriminate against adult books because, you know, 50 Shades of Grey is an adult book. We should not discriminate against, you know, young adult books because Twilight is a young adult book. I mean, there's a lot of well-written books, like any of John Green's books, any of, you know, what other book, Jay Asher's books are wonderful. 13 Reasons Why, which I reviewed on this channel, is a wonderful, wonderful look into teen suicide. There's, you know, Suzanne Collins' The Hunger Games, which is like amazing. You know, look into the human psyche and the human psychological, you know, situation when they are in that, put into that life or death situation of battling it out. There's so much good books to read. It should not be restricted to just because you have a prejudice against young adult books. And like I said, again, disclaimer, this is not like a point-by-point response to the video that I initially talked about in the beginning of this video. and I'm not attacking her anyway. I just want to say my viewpoint on why I love reading YA, and I am not entirely a young adult anymore, sort of, you know. So, hey, take it as you will. And if you like this video, that's the end of my rant, follow me on Twitter and on Goodreads. I would love to be book nerds with you. And also, subscribe to this channel if you want to see more videos of me talking about stuff. Okay?